Compose a thoughtful final essay that explores the question, what does it mean to be human? Draw on essential questions, semester content, or relevant outside sources and personal experiences.
At first, the question felt simple. Something that could be defined clearly and answered directly. But the more I searched for an answer, the less certain it became. In film, I did not find explanations. I found moments of connection that feel almost unreal. Moments of celebration that conceal something quieter beneath them. And moments of loss that cannot be undone. Moments where everything comes to an end. And nothing more can be said. Each story reveals something constant. That to be human is to feel deeply. To experience moments that feel infinite, even when those feelings are difficult to carry or impossible to resolve. At first, it seemed enough to say that humanity exists in emotion. But emotion alone felt incomplete. Because even the strongest feelings eventually fade. And if they disappear, they cannot fully define what remains. So, the question remained. Then, I looked to art for an answer. Not just paint on a canvas, but pieces that speak on human nature and our conscience. I ended up stumbling upon modern artist Gabriel Garcia Colombo, who focuses on our identities in a changing society. In a TED Talk, he said, I really like the idea
of people being able to interact and also being challenged by interacting with art. So I wanted to create a new piece that actually forced people to come and interact with something.
Art offered a different perspective. Rather than simply experiencing life, it attempts to preserve it. Moments are recorded, expressions are captured, identity is reconstructed. As if there is an awareness that what exists now will not last. To create is to resist that loss. To preserve what would otherwise disappear. Perhaps to be human is not only to feel, but to remember and hold on. Yet, even preservation is limited. What is captured is never the moment itself, only a reflection of it. observation is not the same as experience. And understanding something is not the same as living it. So the question shifted. In nature, there is no intention, no narrative, no explanation, and yet it still carries meaning. Not because it was created to be meaningful, but because it is perceived that way. Meaning is not inherent, it is recognized. To be human is to recognize significance, even when it is not declared. By this point, the pattern becomes clearer. Emotion reveals depth. Art preserves it. Perception gives it meaning. Yet, none of these exist in isolation. They depend on something beyond the individual. Experience alone is not enough. Meaning deepens when it is shared. South African writer Khaya Delanga spoke on this subject, stating, behind every casual
conversation we'll have with anybody is the desire for connection. We want to connect with another human being. And the hardest thing about connection is making that first step to connect with another person.
Moments become more significant when they exist between people. To live is not only to exist, but to exist with others. To be human is to feel deeply, even when it hurts. To create, even with the understanding that nothing endures permanently. To search for meaning in a world that offers no clear explanation. And most importantly, to share that experience with others. Human life is temporary, yet it remains meaningful.